this one. This policy can be taken directly from the above report. As a corollary to the above, the county should exempt such projects from CEQA only after the preliminary biological assessment has shown that the proposed location has relatively little bird or bat activity, such as vineyards, for example. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brady. Tony Orr, please.
Yes, I'm Tony Orton. I'm speaking to the renewable energy and Mendocino activists for the dependable economy. I'll be speaking for both the applicant and the proponent. The reason is I've been proposing the governance of change in these matters, that the County of Mendocino with the 4 cities from a broad-based joint powers authority would be conducting this hearing should it be formed, and also perform the strategic energy plan that would address many of these very subject matters that are in discussion from both proponents and the appellant. These are critical issues if we're to avoid helter-skelter deployment of needed renewable energy resources within Mendocino County. The poster child example, in 1982, I participated in setting up the first solar powered stage on Big River, where we were at the time demanding that the Reagan administration not dump nuclear materials off the coast of Mendocino. I was one of the 4 organizers of that ban ocean nuclear dumping, and I've been a long-term proponent of renewable energy resources. There are newer technologies that are currently being developed for deployment that will not have the blade type of this wind tower. Also, by going through good planning, a strategic energy plan, which is the first item before a joint powers authority, a community energy authority, you would be addressing these very issues as to types of technologies and standards to apply to these type of applications in the future. Given the height of this whole subject matter, I mean, I've been here all day, and virtually all the public statements today have revolved around this very issue. I again would like to state that the best way to move forward as a community of Mendocino is to join together and start addressing these on the planning issue side. We can do so within a 2-year period, and I believe, and within a generation have these kind of systems deployed where they would maximize their potential to achieve the kind of energy results the applicants want. My experience has been I've actually helped take down wind turbine testing stations for other counties in the state of California, where a 1-year test was made for the wind characteristics, and those counties did not deploy wind power because they found that the economics would not apply. Small scale, I know an owner with an optimum site not far from here who the cost to maintain the turbine was such that it destroyed the actual advantage, the energy produced by that turbine in between maintenance costs, because these are very hard to maintain because of the height and the ability to take down and then put back up. So there are a lot of issues that need to be resolved. I'm here to say that we can move forward on these issues, but we need to provide the governance of change that Joint Powers Authority will give us and develop the expertise needed to move all of us forward together. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Orr. Any other members of the public wishing to speak under public comment on this issue? Okay, seeing no one step forward, I'll close the public comment period and move to the appellant. You have 5 minutes to rebut and wrap up. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you. My mistake. Excuse me.
Apropos Mr. Orton's comments here, I'd like to ask the applicant, this particular alternate technology, solar panels, I was looking at your layout here, you got plenty of room for panels that will generate that much power. Solar panels, don't look directly at them on the coast, as Mr. Lynch and I have had our discussions about these. They're not right on Highway 1 and so forth. Can be discreetly disguised And I'm just wondering, is it your, I know people get really attached to wind power, particularly in Wisconsin and the Midwest. But the thing about it is, has this alternative been considered? You don't have to worry about sight, visual impact. You don't even have to, I don't even know where we stand at the county level with regard to that. I don't think we have to approve installation. No, we're the coastal society.
Yeah, there might be electrical systems as well.
Yeah, but the point here is that going through all of this, and Tony, I think Tony's comments on the technology are right on target. I don't have his expertise, but the other part of it here is, why not a relatively passive system that avoids all the issues that are going to make you popular with one crowd and perhaps very unpopular with another? Why this commitment to this particular technology? You don't have to answer that. It's just I'm curious. If you would, I find it.
May I answer?
You may.
We have an existing solar system currently installed on the property, so I appreciate your comments. It is during the winter months when solar energy is particularly low that we were looking to have the wind turbine kick in and provide some balance to the renewable power that's generated so as to provide an even consistent amount of power throughout the year. Thank you for your suggestion.
But my question here is, if you put the money you're going to be putting into this system, into solar panels, put them added to what you have now, wouldn't that I understand the difference in the generation of power that we're on the coast as compared to any planet, certainly. But the question I have is, my guess here, you'd probably be able to, with the maintenance and everything else, within a year to generate the power you need, even under the worst conditions. If you have battery array, and if you're feeding back into the grid, during the good days, the brilliantly sunny days on the coast that you have on occasion, in winter. It seems to me here, I just wonder whether you pencil that out.
Yes, diversity of supply was our primary criterion here, and generating enough to support the wells of the community as well as the electric car and the usage at this particular house. So those were our design objectives. Certainly there are other ways to go about doing this, but there's this variation of supply at different times of year that only wind can provide.
Ms. Wendy, you have a comment to the question?
Yes, thank you. I'd also like to point out that Charles has maximized the roof potential on his house, and in the area where the wind tower is there enough trees around? If you were to put a solar array, a ground-mounted solar array, there would be enough shading throughout the day and I haven't analyzed this, but my sense is that that's not an optimal location. He's maximized the roof potential for the solar as well. Also, his stated desire to have his energy draw be 100% renewable in his own house, as opposed to, so he's going to be connected to the grid, but feeding back. So